Strangeland is a weird and wonderful new point-and-click adventure game from Wormwood Studios and Wadget Eye Games. You navigate a disturbing carnival, trying to solve the mystery of a golden-haired woman, and also figure out why you're trapped in the depths of what seems to be a living nightmare. So when you start out in the game, you are dropped into the obscure carnival known as Strangeland. So you're going to start off in a straitjacket, and the only direction to go is down. And you're going to meet this grotesque clown head who's intent on telling you bad jokes, and they never really seem to have a punchline. But upon entering the big top, you're going to see a blonde woman throwing herself down a well, and it appears as if you're trapped in a cycle, and your punishment is to see this play out over and over again. The twisted underworld is ruled by a mysterious dark thing, a seemingly evil force, and as well as tormenting you, the dark thing systematically works through all of the other characters that you interact with, killing them off one by one. So it's your job to figure out why you're there, where you are, and also unravel the mystery of the blonde woman. So Wormwood Studios say about the game, so you forge your blade from iron stolen from the jaws of a ravenous hound and hone it with wrath and grief. You can charm the eye out of a 10-legged teratoma, and that is really, really weird, I have to tell you, and ride a giant bug to the edge of oblivion. Amidst such madness, death itself has no grip on you, and you're going to wield that slippery immortality to gain an edge over your foes. So the gameplay in Strangeland follows a classic point-and-click adventure style. However, the puzzles are non-linear, and also they have multiple solutions too, which definitely promotes multiple playthroughs. There's a cast of weird and wonderful characters in the world, including a blind man sitting below a tree. You've got the Joker clown, who sits above the entrance to the big top. You've got 83, he's one of my favourite characters, the giant furnace, who helps craft items for you. Plus you've got the 3 Valkyries. And gameplay follows the model of previous point-and-click adventure games, where you have to interrogate the cast, gather and combine items, to ultimately try and escape the living hell that you found yourself in. Well, death is used as an interesting mechanic in Strangeland, so death doesn't work as normal in Strangeland. Sometimes it can offer clues to the path ahead. And you are going to die plenty of times in Strangeland, given the dark thing is roaming, and a wrong turn also down a well can lead to a sticky end. It's all okay though, death will lead you right back to the beginning, still with your full inventory intact. The puzzles are really, really good in Strangeland. There's some neat innovations here. Early on in the game there's a shooting gallery, and it takes some rapid input from your mouse, as well as throwing rocks at a raven to get the blind man to create work orders that you can hand to 83. So the puzzles aren't too tricky, although I did find myself stuck on a few occasions. Maybe I'm just kind of out of the point-and-click adventure game loop. But there is a neat hint system built into the game where you can use the payphone. You can dial 0 to get a small hint on where to go next. And the game doesn't tell you exactly what to do, but it gently nudges you in the right direction. And sometimes when playing point-and-click adventure games like this, I do feel incredibly stupid when stuck at a seemingly simple puzzle. So this is a nice feature to keep things moving if you want to use it. Both the graphics and the audio are standout features of Strangeland, and from the moment you start playing, this is an unsettling game. The visuals are twisted and evil, but beautiful at the same time, and much like other point-and-click adventure games, the main characters, they're wonderfully crafted in pixel art design layered on top of a 2D environment. There are cutscenes too, which provide context, and as you progress through the game, the environment gets even more twisted. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but Strangeland evolves into something even more terrifying than its initial design. It's definitely something to savour and look forward to, plus it's pretty shocking at the same time. The audio design complements the grotesque visuals really well. The artwork and the writing makes you a little bit unsettled, but the audio comes in to smash you in the ears with audio design that's going to just completely creep you out. I love it. And Wormwood Studios and Wadget Eye Games have collaborated before on Primordia. If you're a fan of the genre, then you'll likely be aware of their work. And Wormwood has put out a great post dealing their inspirations for Strangeland. That include Mervyn Peake, Ray Bradbury, Francisco Goya, The Prisoner, Erase Your Head, and even other video games like Sanitarium and Weird Dreams. And the team behind the game, they're some of the best in the business, and it really shows in the fantastic execution of Strangeland. Strangeland also has a developer commentary that features an annotation mode, and it's great if you want to do a couple of playthroughs and have the team explain things as you play. So one of the writers, Mark Yahallam, said, "It's a map from my childhood wonders and fears to adulthood responsibility, regret and recognition." And the fact that the artist put loads of himself into it too, therefore the developer commentary really helps out explain a lot of the hidden and also the literal meaning in the game. But you can really tell that someone's put their heart and soul into this game from the final product. So Strangeland is an absolutely fantastic point-and-click adventure game. It's also not very long, at roughly 5 hours of running time. There's horror, there's tension, there's also comedy in there as well, and combined with the visually stunning graphics and the anxiety-inducing music, it makes for a great package. If you like point-and-click adventure games, then I think you're going to love this one. But if you're not a fan of the genre, I'd recommend checking it out anyway, because this is a story with fantastic writing and characters, and to be honest, what more do you want from a great piece of entertainment? It's not too expensive, it's a short, self-contained story, could be finished in a weekend, plus you get a very memorable gaming experience. Well, before we go, I do have to send my thanks out to the publishers for sending us a copy for the review of the game. But if anything in this review has inspired you to check out Strangeland, I thoroughly recommend that you do. It is available today, and it was developed by Wormwood Studios, published by Wadget Eye Games. It's available on PC via Steam and GOG, and as I said, originally released on the 25th of May, 2021. Well, that is it for my review of Strangeland, and as always, thank you so much for watching. For more video game reviews like this, like, subscribe and share with a friend. To join our community, check out the Discord link in the description, and you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.
I see you, Querent, still burning with questions.
Where am I?
You'll find out soon enough.
There was a golden-haired woman who threw herself down a well.
She's trying to save you.
This is your game to play. You made the rules.
You need to find her.
A shadow locked away up there, festering.
You know how this ends. It was never a matter of winning, just a question of how much you would lose. If a man writes death 1,000 times, he starts to wonder, is that even a word? But it is. Oh, how it is.